So, section 24, A.L. Basham's The Bodhisattva. The good deeds of the Bodhisattva. We have seen that the Bodhisattva has 10 perfections. A further list of good qualities is sometimes attributed to him. Notice that the emphasis on positive virtues of altruism, benevolence, and compassion. There are 10 ways by which the Bodhisattva gains strength. He will give up his body and his life. He will not give up the law of righteousness. He bows humbly to all beings and does not increase in pride. He has compassion on the weak and does not dislike them. He gives the best food to those who are hungry. He protects those who are afraid. He strives for the healing of those who are sick. He delights in the poor with his riches. He repairs shrines, the shrines of the Buddha with plaster. He speaks to all beings pleasingly. He snares his riches with those afflicted by poverty. He bears the burden of those who are tired and weary. A quote from the Tathagata Garbha Sutra, quoted in Shantideva's Compendium of Doctrine, Shakyamuniya. So here we have a list of perfections. What perfections are we talking about here? We've seen that the Bodhisattva has 10 perfections. So as we mentioned, these are the scattered imperfections found in the Pali Canon and Jataka tales, 10 typically, but developed now. It's the italics denotes perhaps Basham's language, his commentary, his comparing of the account that he's giving. So he might be referring to the 10 Pali Canon, but it's not clear. Or is he rather referring to the Tathagata Garbha Sutras, 10? So what are the 10 perfections and what are the 10 good qualities? Are they the same thing or different? Well, it seems they're different. The Tathagata Garbha Sutra, here we have 10 good qualities. Interesting. So what is this list quoted? A further list of good qualities is sometimes attributed to him. So this list quoted by Shantideva, in turn quoted by Basham, is the list of good deeds of the Bodhisattva. Now, good deeds the same as perfections. So this is a list of deeds, not quite perfections. They're slightly different things, taken from the Tathagata Garbha Sutra. It seems to be a neat and easy, memorable list, rather than the sort of extended lists found elsewhere. Really interesting list of good deeds that is typical of the Bodhisattva. In traditional Nepalese Buddhism, there are 9 special texts which are called the 9 Dharma Jewels, the Narvaga Grantha, and these are considered the 9 books of Buddhism par excellence, of which the Tathagata Garbha Sutra is one of these. The list mentioned above is not the first one list of good deeds, but there are many lists in Mahayana writings. Now this perhaps has its origin in Nagarjuna's Mahaprajna Parimita Sastra, the treatise on great virtue of wisdom. So Mahayana developed their own virtues and their own lists of good deeds that are typical of the Mahayana differentiates themselves from Theravada. Nagarjuna, this 1st, 2nd century AD guy whose commentary on the perfection of wisdom literature in 5,000 lines, the late text, describes the conditions and qualities of the Bodhisattva. So when was this Tathagata Garbha Sutra written? So let's just highlight it from the bottom here. The Tatha. Oh, it's not happening. There we go. Tathagata Garbha Sutra. Well, basically 200 to 250 CE, although we're not quite sure. So the Catholic Garbhagarbha Sutta was an extant text preserved by Shantadeva in his compendium of Doctrine, perhaps from the third or earliest second, probably third century, expounding the key idea of Buddha nature.